What's up, guys? Let's have a little fun. I'm going to talk about my way too early Yankees offseason or free agent predictions. Okay, I'm going to talk about the Yankees who are going to be free agents and where they might go, and then what they're going to do in free agency. These are my early predictions. I'm obviously going to make my more official ones after the season's over and right before the winter meetings, but let's go through this. I think it'll be fun. So there are guys that are going to be free agents. Corey Kluber, Anthony Rizzo, Andrew Heaney, and Joelle Rodriguez. Not a robust list, but nevertheless some guys there with some value. Kluber, I actually see Washington Nationals taking a flyer on him and going over to the National League, where I think he'll be supported by hopefully a healthy Steven Strasburg, Patrick Corbin, and some of these young pitchers that they got in the Scherzer trade, and Josiah Gray and a couple other guys as well. He could be another veteran presence there, and he can maybe reestablish value as well in Washington in a little bit of a lower pressure environment. That is if he's healthy. But I see Washington taking a flyer on him and maybe a one-year deal, and they are a team that's willing to spend. So Anthony Rizzo, Miami Marlins. He's a Miami native, and I see him going there and being a veteran to help, a young, dynamic team. I see him going back to the National League, where he's a more natural fit there. And I don't see him come, as much as it would be nice for him and Voit to kind of, Yankees to figure out a way to have him and Voit. I think the Yankees' resources are probably going to be spent on starting pitching this offseason, and that they're under the threshold. Now I could be wrong, but I see him as a logical fit in the Miami Marlins and that kind of ascending team. He could be a veteran to come in there and help them, work their way up the National League East, and I think he'd be a good fit there. So that's my second one. Andrew Heaney. Obviously, he's been up and down here with the Yankees, but he's pitched better recently. He's young too. He's only going to be, I think he's 30, or he's going to be 31. I see Arizona Diamondbacks picking him up and adding, another just veteran to that rotation. And it's also, a non-contending team right now, but they bring in a fair amount of guys. I think he'd fit in that lineup. And again, it's a lower pressure environment. I think he'd shine there, or at least more than he has done with the Yankees. And they can use another pitcher there. And I can see them potentially moving Taillon Marte as well and getting a bunch of prospects back in return, in which case would make Heaney, one of the more veteran guys on the team. So I would keep that in mind too. But I see him in Arizona. Joelle Rodriguez, he actually has a club option for 2022. And based on his performance, and he had an off game the other day, I can see the Yankees picking up his option. It's not a big option, They're going to be down O'Day and potentially Britton as well. He might not be back, but depending on how that goes. And we don't really know what to expect from Aroldis Chapman. So I could see the Yankees picking up his option. It's 50-50 for me, but I can see the Yankees picking up that option because I think they're going to invest a little bit in the bullpen this offseason. It's only because it's been so up and down. Even though they've got Chad Green and Johnny Lasagna and a bunch of other guys' writings and a lot of young dynamic arms, they still need a veteran, and I think he's a nice lefty piece to have around. So that's their impending free agents. Now let's see what the Yankees do this offseason. Starting pitching, I see them getting either one of Robbie Ray or Carlos Rodon. Probably for a 4-year deal with maybe an option for a 5th year. They're both 30 years old, so they're both lefty. They're both pretty valuable, and I can see them somebody getting him a 5th year. So, and give him another veteran in the Yankees rotation on the lefty side to complement Jordan Montgomery. And Nestor Cortez is still young, so I would still complement him with another veteran. And the Yankees, there's always issues with the Yankees starting pitching, so I think having 7 or 8 starters is a good thing for them because somebody always goes down and you need other people to come pick it up. So, and giving Luis Hill a chance and, just supplanting this rotation with more veterans so that they don't have to rush him. And my gut's telling me that Luis Severino's probably not going to make it back to the rotation. He's going to wind up being in the bullpen. So, which would be a big boost for the bullpen. There's just way too many setbacks, and I don't think he's going to stay healthy enough to remain a starter. So, you add a guy like Rodon or Ray in there and you move Severino to the bullpen, you've got some firepower there. I also see them going after somebody like Corey Knebel, and I think he's with the Dodgers right now for the bullpen, but he's also a versatile guy. He can throw long relief, he can throw short relief, he can start a game, so for a few innings, and he gives them that versatility that they haven't always had. So he's another guy. So now a starter and a reliever. And I see them, I don't know if it's going to be successful, but I see Brian Cashman trying to trade for Brian Reynolds from the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's a star. He's going to cost a boatload, but they need a prototypical leadoff hitter and a guy that's just a havoc on the bases and just a good, solid contact hitter to complement this lineup, because there's too much inconsistency with this lineup, which I think is going to be one of the things that keep the Yankees out of the World Series. And somebody like Brian Reynolds would come in and he would work wonders with that lineup and give Boone a lot of flexibility and options and stuff like that. And he's just a hell of a player. He's a gamer. He's got superstar written all over him. And I think he would be the one acquisition I think Brian Cashman's going to work hard over this winter to get. And I could see him getting him, but it's going to cost a lot. Now, if it costs, like a Volpe and a Peraza, I don't do it, but it probably might cost one or the other. That's for sure. If there's a way they can keep Volpe, who I think his ceiling is a little bit higher than Peraza, then I would entertain that trade. But it's going to cost more, obviously more than that. It's going to cost Davey, and it's going to cost Peraza and some more. So he's one of the more valuable young players on the market, and he's under control until 2026. So he gives the Yankees a young, dynamic, top of the lineup player that they need really badly. Can't keep just rotating guys at the leadoff hitter. We just need a guy to Ricky Henderson type, so he can just he's going to be the leadoff spot every single day. So that's my early predictions for the Yankees offseason. Let me know what you think. And again, it's not super flashy moves, but they can be pretty impactful. So let me know what you think. Where do you think the Yankees free agents are going to go, and who they're going to bring in next time?